How's everybody doing? It's Jake here, Preaching Trucker. Haven't uploaded a video, had anything to do with trucking in a while, and I'm shut down in Kentucky right now. And I thought I'd shoot a video, holler at y'all, and see how everybody's going, how everything's doing in y'all's life and everything. And been kind of busy lately, trying to achieve some certain things, certain goals and had set before me, and different things coming up. Me and a friend of mine, we are both preachers, and we're starting our own Christian apparel company, doing some more stylish in style hats, showing, with Christian emblems and showing Christian faith slogans and verbiage and stuff on some of the hats, and some t-shirts we're coming out with. So I'll be when we get it up and running, we have a website already. Once we get the online store going and get our first order of hats and t-shirts printed and published, I'm going to drop a link and a video that I'll upload and let everybody know if y'all want to check it out. Something, it'll have some trucking stuff on the hats, and also some more outdoorsy stuff, deer hunting, duck hunting, turkey hunting, fishing, stuff like that, themed towards on the hats and stuff. So it's gonna be pretty cool, pretty good opportunity that's coming up. So looking forward to that. But I got in parked in this truck stop this evening. I'm heading up to Pennsylvania, and I stopped in this truck stop this evening, got backed into a spot. And I normally stop here. Several of y'all have been here before, I'm sure, the Petro in Glendale, Kentucky, 86. And I've noticed something over the last few months about the paid parking, and how several truck stops adding paid parking and taking up more regular spots to build up more paid parking. So I was just wanting to get people's reviews and your thoughts on this. There's several different things that goes into effect when you do this. You're taking spots away from people that don't want to pay to park and can park without paying. There's plenty of spots here where I'm at right now, but people are in paid spots as well. Do all companies pay for this? I know mine's not. The company I work for, they will not pay for paid parking. You plan your trip, you park somewhere where you can get a spot. In some instances, I know that the paid parking is a good thing and you'll need it. I have paid out of my pocket on a couple of occasions to get a spot because I was give slap out and I needed a place to park. All the other spots was taken, and my only option was a paid spot. But do all companies, like these mega carriers, and I'm sitting here looking at some now, this is why I got this thought in my head, there's several spots in this truck stop still, regular parking spots, not paid spots. And if these companies are not paying for these spots, these guys is forking this out of their own pocket in most cases, unless they have points or something they can use. But most cases, some of these guys are probably paying for these spots when they could have just went a couple of rows down and got a normal parking place. Or if in situations like this where there are plenty of spots and these guys are parking in these spots, these paid parking spots, and their company is paying for it, does that kind of shorten the company a little bit when they're charging the company some money that they could have parked a different spot and not had to pay for it? Now, I know for me, if I owned a small fleet of trucks or something like that, I would pay for parking for my truck drivers under certain circumstances that was no other spot to park, and they needed to get stopped, e-logs, or they're tired or something. There's certain things that would come about that would that I felt that I would need to pay for their spot for them to park. I get those different scenarios and stuff that could come up, but there's a pilot. I'm trying to think exactly what exit it is, but it's in Tennessee. Can't remember off the top of my head the exit number off of 40, but there might be 50 spots in that truck stop, and 25 of them are paid parking. Does it always fill up? No. If low battery here. If the truck stop is if it was only 10 spots and 10 spots of paid parking, and that would leave 40 spots for everybody else to park. It just seems for me in some cases that they're taking away the option for me to park for free. And so there's good and bad that comes in this. I guess it all boils down to that there's just not enough parking for trucks. Country, nationwide across the United States, especially Interstate 81. We do a lot of runs where I work up the East Coast, up 81, and from where I start my day out from our terminal up 81, the furthest I can make it in hours is just a little bit north of Roanoke on 81. Well, there's nowhere to park north of Roanoke, on 81 until you get to around the 195, around Ray Fiend and stuff. And I can't make it that far on e-logs. I used to on paper. Legally, I could log it on paper in 11 hours. But with e-logs now, I'm about 20 miles short. And there's nowhere for me to park between Roanoke and the 195, so I have to stop short, then drive further the next day. And it really causes a problem when we're running Mass and Connecticut and places like that, because any delay the second day and you're gonna be messed up because you couldn't get further enough the first day. So the parking is terrible. A lot worse than it's a lot worse now than it was years ago when I first started driving. And with the e-logs, the mandate looking like it's going to take effect in December, a lot of trucks are all going to be stopping at the same time because everybody wants to be on day shift. Everybody wants to work from 7 to 5 or 7 to 6, something like that. So everybody's going to be shutting down a lot at the same time, and the truck stops are going to fill up quick. And you'll hear a lot of times truck drivers in the restaurant talk or movie room talk, driver lounge talk, or whatever, that you just run at night. Well, some people can't run at night because of the freight, or because of where they're delivering to, or when they leave the house off of home time and they're taking off with their load, going somewhere. You can't always run at night. It doesn't always work like that. So that theory don't always work. If I was out on the road 2 or 3 weeks at a time and I could eventually work myself into a night schedule, I would probably run a night schedule just because of the parking aspect behind it. It's easier to park during the day. So yeah, I just curious about what y'all's thoughts was on paid parking. I see the good in it. I also see the bad in it. In places where there's plenty of parking, and then these truck stops are just filling up their lots with paid parking. It's a money thing too, but I do see the good in it, and I see the bad. But I was just curious about y'all's thoughts on it, on paid parking, and when there is plenty of free parking spaces in a truck stop, should people park in paid parking and make their company pay for it? I can see the benefit in that as well. A lot of people will be parking in free spots. If your company pays for a paid parking spot, might not be a lot of people around you. Might be safer for your truck's hood or something. So yeah, just you can leave comments or whatever. If you want, you can like, dislike, comment, subscribe, whatever. I'm just trying to get my channel up and going. I'm gonna try to be a little more active in my channel.